Hi there, I'm Kathy Barker from Software Solutions, and I'm taking you through visuals and in reports in Power BI. I now want to show you something called a smart narrative. A smart narrative is artificial intelligence that looks at your data on a particular page and tells you about what's going on with your data. Let's start by going to the page called Order Volumes. And on Order Volumes, I'd actually like to insert a smart narrative. So I'm actually going to resize this a little bit so I've got some room. Whoops, not that, but that one there. So I've got room to the right here. Now, as far as inserting a smart narrative, you can do it like a couple of ways. You can go to Insert, actually in the ribbon, and choose Smart Narrative there. That's also Decomposition Tree, Key Influences, and Q&A. But I'm actually going to go here for Smart Narrative and just click there. It then occupies the area that I had open there. And it's come up with some information. And so basically it's determined these details. Now what I can do is I can edit this a little bit. I'm just going to press enter, not there, but in front of this. And I'm going to put the word summary. And I might select it and make that bold and slightly bigger. So this is a summary of what's going on. Now, what I want to do is actually now add some of my own smart intelligence to the smart narrative. I'm going to actually click just under summary, press enter a couple of times and position myself about here. And now I'm going to actually ask a question. So I'm going to hit the plus values button. And here I ask a question and I'm going to type year with the highest, oops, spell with properly, with the highest quantity. Now when I press enter, it actually tells me the year with the highest quantity. And the result is 2020. So I'm going to name that value year with highest quantity. So I'm giving it a name that describes it. And I'll click save. And it's put that 2020 in here. If I click on it, I can see that's the name of the value, cancel. If I click on this, I can see that's the name of the value, V1, whereas the name of this value is V5, so they all have names. I'm actually going to delete that now, so I've decided I don't want that, so I'll backspace that out. And I'm actually going to put some leading text first of all. So I'm actually going to type in the year space. Now I want to put that value back in, so I go to review. And when I go to review, I'm actually able to see there is my value. And with this plus, I can insert that value. And so I've just inserted it here. In the year 2020, actually let me edit this text. The highest quantity sold was in the year 2020. If I click on the other side of it, I should be able to type the lowest was in the year, and then I do a space and I go plus value again. And I ask a question again. So it's just a matter of asking the question. So here I want the lowest quantity. Lowest quantity or year with the lowest quantity. And it says 2019. So I'll give it the name, year with lowest quantity. And I'll save it. And that naturally inserts it. So then I can put a full stop on the end of it. So a smart narrative will generate results, and you can backspace and delete the things that the smart narrative tells you and you don't want to see. You can also edit the text that surrounds it and just make it more meaningful. But you can also insert your own smart narrative by asking a question and it'll return a value, and then you give that value a name, which means that you can insert it in amongst leading and trailing text. So Smart Narrative is a really good way of actually giving you a summary of what's going on with your data. And as the data changes, of course, the Smart Narrative will update. So really, really good artificial intelligence. I'm going to save my Power BI file and I'll see you in the next video.